first here, let's meet Jeff right now. Jeff is a partner on the Imagination Station where we just...
I got here about 6 years ago. The first couple of years I lived pretty monastically, living simply, living poorly. After a couple of years I sort of peeked my head up and I saw that we didn't have streetlights turned on. We had houses that were, filled with drug dealers, blight, and no real sense of community. So got really active with the residents council to build up the neighborhood, get the streetlights turned on, get the potholes filled, get the blight removed. I did that for a few years. Brought that group from basically a annual regular monthly meetings were 10 people a month. Now we have about 50 to 60 a month.
Just a question that, what is Detroit?
What is Detroit? I'm not the best person to answer that. I'm sort of a simpleton. I'm sort of a neighborhood guy. I know my neighborhood. I know the stuff adjacent to my neighborhood. I know it's a big city, a sprawling city that has desperate needs. The people in the neighborhood are, amazing, good folks. It's a lot of things. This community in my neighborhood here is the most interesting place I've ever lived. I'm having more fun than I've ever had. And it's fun because it's meaningful. It's not fun because I'm making money. I'm not making a goddamn dime, unfortunately. Maybe that will change, but it's a good place to live because you can do meaningful things. I think there's many people in the world that live lives of quiet desperation, and I don't have that sense here. I mean, every minute of my waking moment, from serving the poor in the soup kitchen, which is equally valuable as Monumental Kitty, which is equally valuable to Imagination Station. It's all rich and meaningful stuff. So that's what it is to me.
And what do you see the future of your neighborhood?
Well, I can answer that for Detroit too. I mean, to agree. I mean, because the same thing is happening in my neighborhood. Really, people think that just because it's Corktown, it's gonna just see a lot of resources and it's gonna be okay. And we're lucky. Probably, you don't have to pay attention to Corktown because of its wealth of resources. The people that have been here for 20, 30, 40 years are going to could potentially suffer the same as the people that live out in areas that aren't going to see as much resources. If the development and if the change is not done right, if the people on the street, the people in the neighborhoods aren't engaged, the people that have been here forever, there's going to be a lot of pain and suffering. So I see the future of Detroit as it's an opportunity to do things differently, and let's see if they do. I mean, I hope that they are willing to partner in our community with me and the people I'm working with, the Imagination Station and the Residents Council, to make sure that the people that are here are served. And then you serve those people, that creates a culture and an environment where new people will want to come. I mean, one of my other little taglines is like, if you do things wrong in Detroit, people burn your shit. You know what I mean? Like that's how people who don't have a history of having power, they exercise their power one way or the other. They burn shit. So it's going to be an interesting process.
Right.
Interestingly, I mean, I have a law degree. I have a law degree, and I'm going to out right now to pick up a load of bricks for Monumental Kitty. So it's fun. And then I got involved in the last few months with Jerry Paffendorf of Loveland and with the Imagination Station. So I felt like I could have a bigger impact once I owned some property and actually had a bricks and mortar project. So that's what led me to that. So right here we're standing in front of a neighborhood project. This is called Monumental Kitty. And the vision for this is, as you can see, it's adjacent to the pedestrian overpass which connects these two communities. This neighborhood was destroyed when they built a highway through it, and it cut off the community, and the south community stayed strong, the north community sort of had some challenges. So the vision here, we're calling this basically building bridges to make this pedestrian overpass more attractive and more appealing and more used, so that we can bring the community back together that was cut off by poor city planning, poor government planning, and
we had that in New York with Robert Moses. He went through.
I just started his book.
Yeah, he went through a neighborhood. He broke up families, broke up a community, and that's still going on in many parts. It did exactly what's happened here, and
it's going on in Detroit now still. I mean, even with what they're planning, some of the plans, I think, with the Detroit Works project, there's still a lot of secrecy, a lot of lack of transparency, and that's why, I mean, Jerry told me a little bit about your belief in the internet, and that's my belief in the internet as well, and Jerry's, and so with the Imagination Station, it's about like bringing transparency to this shit, you know. And the Imagination Station is a lot of things, but for me, you know, I'm the quote-unquote community guy. I got to make sure that damn thing stays connected to the community people that are here, that have been here for 30, 40, 50 years. They stay served, they stay respected, they stay recognized. And so that's my role with the Imagination Station. It's pretty awesome. I mean, we're going to keep it as rooted in the neighborhood and as grounded as possible, at the same time doing amazing things on the internet. So reaching out to the houses behind us, as well as the houses in Beijing, or the houses in Singapore, or the houses in Brooklyn.
Great. And is it okay if I use this in the documentary?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'd love to get a picture of you